Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, it's August the 31st. It is exactly 6 weeks since I put in my Apivar strips in my hives. Today we're going to go through and remove all the Apivar strips. They have nails through the top hole in the Apivar strips, which I won't remove them at this time. I'll just take the whole strip and throw them in this 5-gallon bucket, and at a later date I'll remove the nails and recycle them and use them next year. I also will be using my hive lifter and lifting off the top brood chamber, which is mostly honey in there right now for their winter stores. And then later on in the video I'm going to be going through my nukes and doing the same thing, except I did find one nuke just looking in there that possibly it might either be queenless or it might have a poor queen in there, not really doing a great job of laying up. I'll have to see whether or not I'm going to either, if it's queenless, obviously I'll combine the resources with another hive. If it's queen is really not doing a great job, I'll just go ahead and get rid of her and then continue on and combine those resources. But we'll check it out later and see what happens with that. So let's go ahead and get suited up and get into these hives and get these strips off. Also, I plan on Labor Day, Monday, to put Formic Pro in these hives as my second treatment. It is going to be mid 75 to 80 degrees throughout the next 4 to 5 days, which is perfect for that product. And it also it'll be low humidity, which I believe, in my opinion, has a great contributing factor whether or not your queens get killed because of the gas off the Formic Pro and all that. So that's my plan for Monday, and I'll take you along with that also. This week was another special time for me in the bee yard. On Tuesday, my state apiary inspector, I signed up for the inspector to come over and take bee samples for the National Honeybee Survey. I did this about 3 years ago, and about 4 months later you get a report on what type of viruses might be in your hive, your mite load, and anything else that they find in the hive. It's completely free. It really gives you a nice snapshot of what's going on in your hive. Last time they did it, I had a 0.2 mite infestation, which is really super low. Now this year I don't expect to have that. They did it here in August, which is while Apivar was on. We did see some mites and some drone larvae that was between the frames. So that kind of indicates me that mite levels are not going to be that low. The last time she was here, she did it in October, which is after the Formic Pro treatment, and things were, obviously quite low. What she did was take live bee samples, then she took bees that were put in alcohol, and then she took larvae samples, drone larvae, larvae right out of the brood frames where we smacked it on a sterilized stainless steel pan, and she took all those different types of samples and then sent it to the Beltsville, Maryland Bee Laboratory, and they will test it for me and then get a report back, and I estimate probably 3 to 4 months. So let's go ahead and get into these hives and start taking strips out. All right, everyone, we're all suited up. I got my hive lifter here. I'm going to go ahead and take the telly cover off. It works a little bit better with the hive lifter. Something that I learned the last time I was using this, it's like every new tool that you buy, you learn the little idiosyncrasies of it and how to make it work more efficiently for you. And that is that I found that you need to break the box apart from the hive that you're taking off instead of walking around the machine and losing more time that way. This way it's more efficient. You break it apart, hook the machine up to it, and then you can lift it right up off of there and then get right into the hive. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this top, I call it a honey super for the hive. Actually, it's part of the brood chamber. I'm going to go ahead and hook into it with the hive lifter. I got it a little bit too high. Just let me see here. There we go. It's hooked in. All I got to do is push down on the handles and it picks it right up. Without a whole lot of disturbance of the bees. I've got my bucket right here. Here's the first Apivar strip. Just throw it right in there. Bees are looking good. Box is pretty light. Here's the number 3 strip. And number 4 strip. Go ahead and check what's going on in here. Nothing really happening in the bottom. Go ahead and put these brood boxes back on. Don't want to get them too stirred up today. It is a little bit overcast and it's not really bad heat-wise and humidity-wise. But they say it's going to get a little bit warmer later this weekend and all. Here's a brood frame right here, cat brood. And some larvae. Another brood frame. They're bringing in a little bit of pollen on some of the bees' legs. More larvae. Sun's in behind the clouds. Since it's overcast, I can't really see a lot of eggs per se. So we've got that taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and smoke them down a little bit. So we can put this box rack on. Line that back edge up. And it pretty much puts it right on the money, except for maybe being a little bit crooked. And we're done. So let's go on down the row and take on a few more of these hives and get rid of the strips. All right, here we're at the second hive in line. Take the top off. A lot of bee population up on top. And go ahead and loosen the top box off. All right, well, go ahead and get the hive lifter engaged. And it is. Push down on the handles and there we go. A lot of brood. One strip is out. And the other one was stuck to the bottom of the top box. A little bit of drone larvae up on top. I don't see any mites. And there, all 4 strips are out. I just want to check a few brood frames while we're right here. And yeah, we got some nice brood here. Not really looking for the queen. Go ahead and bring it up here to you a little bit more. Not too bad. Definitely larvae in there. A few little cups, but empty. Some more cat brood and some older larvae in there. So this hive is looking good. Actually, I kind of like this hive a little bit better than the one we were just in. The other one did have larvae and cat brood, but not quite as much as this. So we'll smoke them down again and put that top box back on. And there we go. And disengaged. And we're ready. Work ourselves on down the line. So let's go to the next hive. Okay, we're here at the 3rd hive in the row. A lot of bees. And I'm seeing cat brood in the top box between the frames. Okay, put this top box back on. I know some folks say, you know, I could have had it off by hand and a little bit of weight, and that's true, but when you get done doing, let's say 20 or 40 hives, if you're that big, it sure does save your back. You're not, I'll say, as half tired that you would be, and especially for me, my back would not be sore enough to where I could barely walk. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on down the line here. and pull these Apivar strips out, and then I'll be back and we'll go through that nuke that I was telling you about in the beginning of the video. Hey everyone, I'm here at the hive that was the queen dud, where I put in a new queen here about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go ahead and just pull the Apivar strips out and check her to see whether or not she's up and laying. She should be by now. I'm going to go ahead and use the hive lifter to pull the box off, top box, and it gives me a place to put the secondary box in on the side. All right, let's go ahead, and it seems like the cluster here is off to my right hand side. Well, they got queen cells started, emergency queen cells. Why, I don't know. Here we've got larvae and some cat brood. More dumb queen cells, which is, doesn't seem like they like this queen very much. Now here's a good big patch of cat brood. She's laid up on both sides. Can't complain about that. And more cat brood and some larvae and some queen cells. Go figure. Try to give them something decent to work with, and they want to get rid of her. And it's too late for any queen to go out and get mated, I think. And that's a honey frame. Yep, they all got jelly in them. And it looks like a problem hive for next spring. Now I'm curious to see whether or not she's in here. So anyway, that's the update on this one. Queen's in. She's laid up a bunch of cells and cat brood on several frames. And now they're making emergency cells, I guess you would call it, on the face of the frames. So I'm going to go ahead and go down into the bottom of this box and check it all out. And like I said, we'll go through this nuke down the line to see whether or not that queen is any good. All right, everyone, I'm down here at this nuke that I think might be queenless. And I opened it up and lifted this top box. It's light as a feather. It was a honey box. I think a lot of these bees are robber bees, really. And definitely robber bees. Get down into the main brood chamber area. Nothing here, just a bunch of robber bees, it seems to me. No eggs, no larvae, of course. Another pollen frame. So we'll go ahead and shake these bees out on the ground, let them go find a home, go back to their original home most likely, because all of them are, as far as I'm concerned, are robber bees. There's no sign of any larvae, brood of whatsoever, no queen or anything like that. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.